Hello, this is Alexis. Now, I know this channel, I did say it was going to be a musical theatre based channel, but I'm also going to be doing book reviews. What I've decided is I'm going to be reviewing books that I have recently read, and they're all going to be either they've already been made into musicals, or I think they should be. So today I'm going to be reading a book that I've just finished. This is a classic, Rebecca by Daphne Du Maurier. As well as the musical, there have been 3 adaptations of Rebecca for the silver screen and TV. There was the 1930s or 1940s, I can't remember which, Hitchcock film starring Laurence Olivier and Joan Fontaine. Then there was a mini-series for TV that was in the 70s, and that starred Jeremy Brett. And then there was another mini-series for TV in the 90s which starred Charles Dance and Emilia Clarke and Diana Rigg, who I thought did an amazing performance as Mrs. Danvers. The musical version was originally produced in Austria and performed in German. It then led to a soundtrack. I've listened to some of the songs from the soundtrack, they sound amazing, and it was going to be performed in English and brought to the West End and Broadway, but that didn't really work out due to a lot of controversial things that went on. I'd still love it to be performed in English in the West End or Broadway one day, maybe with Ramin Karimloo as Maxim. Anyway, this book. After seeing all 3 of the adaptations and hearing the soundtrack, I just had to read the book. So the story is set in the 1920s, or maybe it was the 1930s, I don't really know to be honest, but it's before World War II anyway, and it's about this young woman. She's in her early 20s and she's working as a companion for this really funny American woman. And they're in Monte Carlo together and they meet this man named Maxim de Winter. Now he's really rich and she's sort of besotted by him, and he starts showing interest in her and taking her out for drives in his car and just spending time with her. And later they actually do get married, but the thing is, this guy Maxim de Winter has this wife who died not long before. Now she was meant to be this really beautiful, perfect, awesome woman who was just loved by everyone, and her name was Rebecca. And so this woman marries Maxim, and she's constantly worried that people are comparing her to Rebecca all the time because Rebecca was this amazing woman. And there is this rather creepy housekeeper at the place called Mandalay where they end up living, which Maxim owns, and her name is Mrs. Danvers, and she is obsessed with preserving Rebecca's memory and makes her obvious dislike for Maxim's new wife really obvious. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything else, but let's just say it turns out there is a lot more to Rebecca and Rebecca's death. She supposedly drowned about a year before the events of the story happen than meets the eye, and finding out the truth actually leads Maxim and his wife to become a lot closer. They weren't really that close before that because there was a lot of kind of like secrecy and tension between them. So, like I said, I'd seen all 3 adaptations of the book and heard songs from the musical, and just the plot always resonated with me for some reason. I'm not going to say there aren't some rather problematic themes in it that I sort of find a bit dodgy, but I'm not going to say what they are right now because saying them would be major spoilers. And but other than that, I just always found the main character quite relatable, since I can also sometimes be quite shy and have quite low self-esteem and relate to comparing myself to other people a little bit too much. So I recommend this book because I found it amazing, and I bought my copy from Waterstones, and I'm going to be including a link in the description below so you can buy your own copy if you want to. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe comment something you'd like me to talk about on my channel one day. Also, the music for this video that you're hearing right now was composed by a friend of mine, and I'm leaving a link in the description below to their commissions page. They're really good. And if you're able to, please share this video on social media so it can reach more people. Thank you, bye!